Welcome back, guys, to the Echo Valley Homestead. It is Jacob, and today we're going to be giving you guys an update on our garden here behind me. I'm making this video for two reasons. One of them is I just want to show you guys our garden and a little update on it about how it's going, how everything's growing and doing. And then the other reason I'm making this video is because some of our garden's not doing the best, and I wanted to see what you guys think and if you have any ideas or suggestions of what might be going on. Just starting here at the top of the garden, we have the corn at the top here. It's looking pretty good. Got a little bit down over there, not too big of a deal. Tomatoes here are looking great. Got quite a few green ones. This one here has a lot of green tomatoes on it. We pruned some of the leaves off, hoping that the sunlight can turn those green tomatoes red. Hoping that really works well for those guys. Just did that the other day, so we're not sure the progress that's gonna bring yet. Oh, we have one laying down. Gotta stand that guy up yet. We saw somewhere that on tomato plants, if you trim the leaves off, the green tomatoes should turn red with the boost in sunlight. Tell me what you guys think on that. We're not sure if that's gonna work or not. We're hoping it is. We had a lot of green tomatoes and taking them a while to turn red. So we trimmed and pruned a bunch of leaves off and some of the branches that didn't have tomatoes on them, hoping that can help the other ones turn from green to red. I would definitely have to say the best growing plant award in the garden right now goes to the flowers. These are the zinnias we planted, 3 different kinds of them. There's some very nice looking flowers here. A lot of interesting colors and a lot of unique ones that I haven't seen before, including some of these multiple variations of colors on one flower. Got a butterfly here. Also got a bee right here. This is a big reason that we have the flowers here, to give the butterflies and the pollinators something to go to and to help out with the whole ecosystem. These flowers really filled out in the last couple weeks. They are looking really good. I'm gonna stand that tomato plant up over there. Oh, I think the frame is bent. Yeah. We have a few of them that are turning red underneath here. Oh man, if I can bend that back and now plant it. Actually, I think I need to get a wooden stake to help stand this guy up. Another butterfly right here. I think the butterflies really enjoy those flowers, probably as much as anything else. So I need to get this back in here again. Nah, it's not gonna do it. I think the ground's so soft that the stake can hardly hold enough weight. How do we want to do this? Not messing around with the little post. I'm gonna get a bigger post. I wasn't kidding. Got this big post now. Probably a 5-footer. I think if I get this big loop in here, yes, this ought to hold it. The ground is so wet that it almost just lets it pull it back. There we go. Yes, this post is just a little on the small side. This tomato plant, I'd say that ain't going nowhere now. Probably a good thing we got it picked up when we did. I can tell the half of the plant that was down on the ground was starting to rot. It wasn't like that for too long, but any longer may have started to rot a little too much. Here's some of those tomatoes that are getting red. About an orangish color right now. Another one over here. Need them to get a little bit more red before we harvest them. We want to have a little salsa competition coming up here pretty soon. So if they don't get red, I'm gonna take some of those green ones, set them on the counter, and those might also get ripe a little faster than on the vine. I do like them to leave them on the plant and have them plant ripened. I think they have a little bit better flavor when I let them do that. But if they don't get red in time, then I'll probably pick some and put them on the counter and let those ripen that way too. Now, if you have any other ideas how to get our tomatoes to ripen a little bit faster, let us know. Now, maybe all we need to do is let them have some more time and they'll ripen that way too. But if you guys have any other ideas, let us know as well, because I'd be glad to try some of those and we'll show you how those work as well. Coming down here, here's our peppers. Got some red and some green ones here. I believe those are the jalapenos. Some mini bell peppers right here. These guys are very good. Oftentimes, you pick a bell pepper, you might not want the whole thing. These guys, you seem to be able to eat a whole one at once. You chop it up and eat it on an egg. What I like to do is take one of these guys and a tomato, chop them up, and these guys add some good flavor in on some eggs. Now, this pepper here is probably the easiest one to grow. These yellow ones, you'll see them at all the farmers markets and things like that. As you can see, there's like 20 of them on this plant. They're all through here, and they ripen so fast. They're really easy to grow. Like they don't take much care. I guess maybe a better way to say this is just like they take the same amount of care as the other pepper plants, but they grow a lot more. Like the bell peppers, there was maybe 5 to 8 on that plant. The yellow peppers, I'm not even sure what their name is, but they grow like 20 of them on a plant. Another one right here. The plants will just be loaded with those green peppers. This must be the perfect environment for them, because we'll go to like the farmer's market and they'll have a ton of them too. Now, getting to the part of the garden that we have the most questions on is this part right here. Not really sure what's going on. Is it deer? Is it coon? Is it like something eating the roots? Some of it's drugged down. Some of it's half a stalk still standing. If we get a little closer here, some of it just looks like it's not even developing fully. These stalks here are only half a stalk, like 3 feet tall, and yet they have the tassels on them. That's how some of these are down here. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, because we planted it all the way down to here. That half up there grew very well. The half down here didn't. Leave your comments down below what you guys think is going on with this, because I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to figure it out. Part of me wants to say it's like deer. A good sign if it's deer, there'll be a ton of deer tracks in it. We got a few tracks right here. Other than that, there's not a ton of tracks in it. There's a few tracks scattered through here. Now, maybe there's not a lot of signs of tracks because it did just rain pretty hard earlier today. That might have wiped out a decent amount of the deer tracks. I just walked down this aisle and you can barely see my tracks. So maybe that could be why we're not seeing more tracks from whatever it is. Whatever it is should be leaving tracks. That's what makes me think, well, maybe it's like a bug or something getting the roots, because earlier in the year we had, I think in one of our videos we showed our zucchini plant totally just kind of went down in the ground and just like molded and rotted away. I believe somebody said it was a bug or something eating the root of the plant. So is that what's going on to our corn too? This is the top of the corn. It's a lot thicker. More of the stalks are reaching full maturity height and have some decent cobs on them. Now here is something growing on the top of it. But that's only one stalk. The rest of them all look pretty good. I'll back up here and give you guys a full view. These ones up here look, I mean, like this half of the garden looks good. Down there where the mule is where we just were, and they're all laying on the ground and stuff. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. Something that we do to try to keep the deer away is we have this radio. This is on a timer. It goes on and off all night, playing the radio station, whatever they play, songs, talking. Some good news in the garden is our pumpkin plants. I planted a ton of them this year, thinking that just in case some of them don't do the best, there'll be some to grow. They're all right in here. If you remember, we had planted one row right here and one row right there, and they just absolutely scattered out. I will say we've been doing a better job of watering the garden this year. Specifically, I think Dad and Mom have been watering it a lot more this year, and I've been trying to when I get a chance. Man, I got some mud on my shoes. This stuff really cakes on. I know the pumpkins have a lot of weeds going in them. It just kind of gets difficult to weed when they get to this stage, because as you would think, it's hard to walk through these to weed them. That's why the weeds are trying their best to take over. We're also not handing it over easy to them. We're picking the weeds as we can. We kept these plants far enough apart that the tiller would fit through them to be able to till the weeds that are in the middle of the row here. Wow, that was really cool, guys. A hummingbird just came through while I was filming the bee on the flowers. I hope the camera got it. Doing a little bit of pumpkin hunting back here, see if we can find any of those young ones that are coming up. This is pretty exciting. So let's take a look here and see if we can find any. We got one right here, peeking through. This is what I meant when it's hard to walk through. It's hard to walk through a pumpkin patch because you don't want to step on any of them. I mean, if you look in there, it's pretty well, no room for stepping. You really have to pick your footing carefully, because you can find a step, but it's a little difficult to get in there. Got another baby one right here. I know there's got to be somebody watching this that's kind of OCD to big weeds. I appreciate you guys watching this video and for your feedback. And so for that, I'll pull this weed, this giant one standing behind me, so you guys don't have to look at that anymore. If I can get to it. It's so hard to find the footing. It's like intertwined into the pumpkin roots. Probably taking their water and sunshine. Well, we're getting it. We got it. Probably have bugs all over me. We got it out, this thing. Look at the root ball on that. I mean, that guy was for sure stealing some water from these pumpkins. I know there's a bunch more in there, but I think that guy was probably one of the root causes. It's probably the biggest one. And if anybody was eyeing a giant weed up during this video, it's probably that one. I appreciate everyone who stayed to watch this far, and for all your guys' precious feedback, who's ever left some, and if you haven't yet, be sure you do, because I want to get all the information we can on how to make our garden better and healthier, and to give a little back to you guys, or I guess show that I care about all of your guys' attention you give us. For every like that this video gets, I'll pull one weed out of the garden. So hopefully, gotta be careful saying that, because pulling weeds is not my strong suit. Yeah, do what you guys want with that. If you really want to hold me capable of pulling some more weeds, I guess that's one way to do it. Not a big guy on pulling weeds. It's kind of probably my least favorite thing to do. As you can tell, I haven't done the best at keeping it up. So one way to keep me reliable is if you guys like this video and I won't have any other choice, I'll have to pull some weeds. So yeah, give it a like and I'll pull some weeds for you guys. Another reason we pick flowers is so we always have a nice gift to take back to the house, spruce it up a bit inside, make it feel a little bit like summer. There's something that's so easy to grow but yet looks so nice. Just a little something that gives back pretty quick when you plant it. Now, when I say I appreciate it, I really do. Thank you guys for watching this video of the update on the garden, and thank you for all the feedback you guys have left. We really appreciate it. We'll come back as soon as we can with an update on the garden with some feedback you guys have left. We're going to try some of the things you guys leave, as well as how many likes this video gets. I'm serious, guys. However many likes it gets, I'll pull that many number of weeds out of here. So be careful. If it gets too many likes, I'm gonna have a lot of weeds to pick. So if you've seen the garden, you know there's a lot of weeds that need picking. So do me a favor, would you like it? So it gives me some motivation to pick them. Thank you guys for watching this video and sticking along with us here. Once again, I'm Jacob at the Echo Valley Homestead. If there's any other content you guys want to see with the garden, when it comes time to harvesting things, anything else you want to know about it, maybe there's something else I can share and talk about that we've done with our garden that you guys are curious about, let me know, because I'll be sure and answer down below. Thank you guys for watching this video. There'll be a video over here and a playlist over here of some other good videos that we've posted that you guys should check out, and a subscribe button right here in the middle. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.